Are you looking for a best budget gaming keyboard, but don't know which one to choose because of the different options that are available on the market? In this video, I will show you the top 5 best budget gaming keyboard of 2023. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So, whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. The products mentioned in this video are in no exact order, so be sure to stay tuned so you don't miss anything. First on my list is Trust GXT 856 Torac. The GXT 856 Torac is an ideal first gaming keyboard. It's made of a combination of aluminium and plastic and feels sturdy, with no flexing or rattle when you start whacking the keys mid-game. The keys actuate firmly and you'll need to press quite decisively to hit the actuation point, but this only adds to the feeling that the Torac is built to put up with a good hammering. It's worth noting, however, that the keys do not lend themselves well to typing. Like most cheap gaming keyboards, the Torac has media controls assigned to the function keys along the top row. The LED backlighting is controlled by a button to the right of the spacebar. It's on or off, however, so don't expect any jazzy effects, just the twinkling rainbow of color presented when you plug the Torac in. Sadly, you won't find a wrist rest here or the option to customize macros. And although the Torac does have anti-ghosting, it lacks N-key rollover. Next on my list is Razer Cynosa Lite. The Razer Cynosa Lite is a remarkable effort from a brand more frequently associated with gaming keyboards that can be a little bit pricey. Despite being Razer's cheapest keyboard, the Lite shares the same quiet, spill-proof membrane keys and wedge-shaped frame as its more expensive sibling, the Cynosa Chroma V2. It's built almost entirely from plastic, but doesn't flex too heavily under pressure, and it's a fair bit lighter than a lot of gaming keyboards as a result. Given the price tag, you will notice substantial sacrifices. The backlighting, while compatible with Razer's Synapse desktop application, is static, and it can only produce a single color at once, although Razer claims you have 16.8 million colors to choose from. The Lite also forgoes anti-ghosting technology and has 10-key rollover, so in really intense gaming situations, you might find it struggles to keep up. It's unlikely that you'll notice the 10-key limit unless you're playing competitively, however, and for that reason, the Cynosa Lite is an easy recommendation. Unless you're a competitive gamer, the Cynosa Lite is a fantastically cheap keyboard from a very well-known brand. Next on my list is HyperX Alloy Core RGB. The HyperX Alloy Core RGB has long been one of our absolute favorite cheap gaming keyboards. Although it sits at the more expensive end of the spectrum, it represents excellent value for money, with a host of features not available to most similarly priced keyboards. Chief among these is an impressive 10 additional buttons mounted in the top corners of the keyboard and directly above the number pad. 3 of these control audio volume, mute, 4 control audio playback, and 3 control backlight brightness, backlight effect, and Windows key locking. That's more dedicated controls than most high-end keyboards offer. The keyboard itself is plastic but sturdily made, and the membrane keys actuate softly with minimal interruption. The Alloy Core RGB is quite flat, which goes some way to mitigating the lack of a wrist rest, and it has a degree of spill-proofing too. In short, this is a fantastic keyboard if you don't want to sacrifice those all-important optional extras. Next on my list is Logitech G213. Logitech's cheapest gaming keyboard, the G213, is packed with features. What's more, the price has tumbled downwards since its launch, making it one of the better value options on the market. The G213 is understated, with a simple plastic frame outlining plain black keys and a subtle LED backlight cycling through a rainbow of colors by default. The membrane key switches are on the firm side and make a bit more noise than some though. While the G213 straddles the boundary between work and play, fussy workmates may not appreciate the clacking keys. There are a few hallmarks of a more expensive product here. The G213 has a small built-in wrist rest and several dedicated media buttons on the right-hand side. These buttons control audio volume and playback, and there's also one button to enable game mode and another to switch off the backlight. The cable is thick and braided for maximum durability too, which is a nice touch. If we had to nitpick, we'd question the choice of tacky keycap font, but that's really the only bugbear to mention. The G213 is a great cheap keyboard from a big reliable brand. Last on my list is Roccat Magma. If you can stretch your budget to the uppermost limits of the cheap gaming keyboard market, the Roccat Magma is the way to go. This dazzlingly good-looking keyboard has a very visible membrane layer that pulsates with soft LED lighting, creating the illusion that the Magma's keys are suspended in a puddle of neon goo. The effect is unique and fully customizable across 5 lighting zones via Roccat's excellent Swarm desktop application. This keyboard doesn't skimp on the extras, with a detachable wrist rest and what Roccat calls advanced anti-ghosting technology to keep the key switches from faltering under pressure. You can assign macros and alternate key functions via the Swarm app and holding the caps lock key switches to your chosen alternate functions on the fly. Media controls are baked into the function keys, and you can adjust the brightness of the backlight via the arrow keys. Gaming on the Magma is easier than typing since the keyboard's membrane switches are quite firm. It's easily adjusted too, however, and the keys are quiet. Our only complaint is that the print on the top rows of keys is quite hard to make out at an angle as the backlighting is so soft. Otherwise, this is an unbelievably cheap gaming keyboard that looks far more expensive than it really is. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future. It's free. Let us know in the comments down below which best budget gaming keyboard you're going to choose. If you have any questions related to the products we listed here, leave a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.